To continue on with our axemanship mini-series here, I want to talk about overstrike because it's something that I see all the time at my classes. Individuals come into class with axes that have handles that are just destroyed through this section. And you really shouldn't, if you know how to use an axe properly, ever destroy the front of your axe handle. The reason that happens is because of overstrike. And what overstrike basically is when you take your axe and you're chopping either into a tree to fell it or you're splitting lumber. When the axe comes down, people aim into this part of the log, this back section, let's say, compared to if you're standing here, the front section. So by doing this, when you think about it, as that axe handle drives through, what happens is the handle's gonna bite into the wood. Where if you split closer to you, as this passes down through, there's no way this handle is going to hit into the wood. So whenever we aim an axe, we always want to aim to the first half of the wood closest to wherever we're standing. So if I'm standing right here, this axe would come down in this direction and hit right there to split out this lumber. We're not really aiming too much for the middle, and we definitely don't want to aim too far ahead of us. This is where we're aiming to avoid any type of overstrike. Having just that simple knowledge should eliminate it, but there's other things you can do to help out a little bit. You'll see some individuals will put a leather wrap on their axe sheath. I personally have never seen them be successful. They look really nice on an axe, but a piece of leather just doesn't protect the axe. You think all that force hitting, we usually bust the leather apart, and if you hit hard enough, you're going to still bust the wood. It might offer slight protection, but not too much. What I have found is take some bank line, wrap it around, and then just take some Gorilla Glue and put it on top. I learned this from an instructor that I worked with in the past. This actually gets super hard, very, very difficult to break, and this is much more wear resistant than any type of leather you can put on your axe. So that's always an option. And I only do this, again, with my splitting tools. If you know how to properly use an axe, you should never have the point that you overstrike onto an axe. I do this again though, like what I said, my splitting tools, because there's going to be times if you're splitting for long amounts and long durations that you might get tired and you might mess up. So I want to protect those handles a little bit more. But the everyday axe, my small forest axes and my hatchets, I don't feel that I need to do that. So keep this in mind, no overstrikes and you're going to be good to go. This was Dan Wolwack with Coalcracker Bushcraft. Stay in the woods.